Okay, so let's watch this video.
Yeah, good news and pretty inspirational at that, Roop. In less than a week, Diane Gordon went from walking to work each and every day, 5 miles round trip, to now being the owner of a brand new Jeep, all thanks to the generous donations from the people just around the neighborhood. And just a couple hours ago, we watched her sign the papers, make it official right here at Zott Jeep here in White Lake, and proving that a good deed truly can be rewarded.
I love it.
Yeah?
Absolutely love it.
Diane Gordon is all smiles as she gets acquainted with her new Jeep. She's been without a vehicle for a year now, which means walking to work and back 2.5 miles each day. It was on her way home one cold day in January when she stopped in the BP gas station on Highland Road and found a bag of money, nearly $15,000, just laying on the ground. She immediately called police.
Oh my God.
The White Lake sergeant was so taken back by Diane that he had to share her story.
My wife was like, we got to do something. And so my wife got with the chief and, started the GoFundMe page.
That effort led to others
So
hearing
they
the
launched
story
it.
and spreading the word about what she did and what she needs. In a matter of days, $67,000 had been raised.
I got a call from Fox 2, and then Officer Connell came over to let me know what was going on, kind of break it to me, and then told me about the GoFundMe.
Wow,
and
that would
then,
just like blow my mind.
I was in shock.
And with the help of Zott M59 in White Lake, she got a new Jeep.
She's literally one of the nicest people I've ever met, and if anyone deserves it, it's her.
Which
That's
in
awesome.
turn means she will no longer miss out on the real important aspects of life.
I get to go on the 19th to my granddaughter's gymnastics competition, and I can't wait.
Yeah, Diane says she's been truly overwhelmed by the attention that she's received and very thankful for the community. She says her favorite part of all this is that White Lake police were able to track down the rightful owners of the 15 grand that she found. They were a couple, a newlywed couple living on the west side of the state. She says despite getting a car and all the attention, that is indeed her favorite part of all
Wow,
this.
I thought it would be like
In White Lake,
mobsters or like
Fox 2 News.
criminals or something
People do
like
the
that.
right thing, and
It's
then of
newlyweds.
course people at it's Zott's dealership paying it forward like that and really rewarding her
forward,
because
that's
she
just- yeah,
deserves
that's
to have
good.
a ride somewhere to safely get from place to place.
Yeah, and I've been told, with all that money, she's got more than enough to buy that car. That they're actually going to take some of that money, the
baby.
police department and the people over here at Zott, and do some home improvements for her. And they said that even after all that, she'll still have about 40 grand just to do with whatever she
Wow.
wants. Probably take a road trip in her
That's
new car.
nice to have.
She deserves it.
That's
All
nice to
right,
have.
thanks, Dave. Great story.
That's awesome. I mean, that is so cool. And if you think about it, first of all, I think it's amazing that someone launched this campaign on behalf, right? That's really what a beneficiary is when I talk about this with GoFundMe. Having someone run this on your behalf, one of the most powerful ways to make an impact. But also, it does sound that this woman is deserving, based on her local community, at least saying that, and that she probably has had, other good things that she's done maybe in the community to maybe have that reputation. But I also was so surprised, dude. I was so surprised because I thought it would be a mobster criminal or drug money. I don't know, just my mind kind of goes to that place initially. But it sounds like it was a newlywed who maybe was using this money for something really important, like going on a honeymoon, right? Or celebrating the fact that they're getting married, or maybe even buying, a ring of some kind. So it's great that was also, delivered to the rightful owners, and to see people rally around that. Man, that's just exactly the type of people that we want on this planet, in this world, is people to step up, to be ethical, right? To really be the ones to pay it forward and to do the right thing. And I think that's so rare these days. So I can totally see why this story caught on. So let's actually look at her GoFundMe page here. So if I go and check out her GoFundMe page, this is for Diane Gordon. Taking a look at this now, wow, guys, she, at the time I'm recording this video, has already raised $82,679 with this GoFundMe campaign. And you can also see here, even 18 hours ago, she got a $50 donation. 23 hours ago, she got a $10 donation. 1 day ago, she got a $7 donation. You can actually see all the donations. It's pretty clear to me people are still interested in helping her, in supporting her. Literally 1 day ago, she got a whole slew of donations racking up here, right? And even a couple of days ago. So the more that this news cycle continues to perpetuate, I imagine she's gonna continue to get even more. And that's over 2,900 people that donated to this GoFundMe campaign. Now, a lot of the times that I'll be working with someone and they'll look at the campaign like this and like, look at this. If you look at the actual text of the campaign, you look at the image, it's actually not really necessarily best practices. But what this person had was an extremely, extremely compelling story. And as well, one of the things that I talk about in my program, in my courses, even in my free course, I talk about the importance of PR and influencers and really creating a story around what it is that you're doing. So I have a free course on GoFundMe you can check out as a link down below at crowdcrux.com/GoFundMe course. I also have a book out there, Crowdfunding Personal Expenses, available on Amazon and Audible. And I also have a mega system, which I'll talk about later. But before I get into that, some of the other things here, I think that this is awesome. First of all, that someone is raising money on their behalf. They're continuing to post updates. Clearly, they're continuing to be covered in the news. This was not only the news source that was, covering this, there were a bunch of other news stories. So people connect with this because this person is stepping up, because they're doing something that is difficult to do, a hard decision. I think a lot of people would just keep that money, right? And not have to pay taxes on it and just use it maybe to supplement their lifestyle. And clearly, this woman also had been without a car, right? For a year, and she can't get to work. She's been walking to work, and she's an older woman, right? So people relate with that, they resonate with that, and they realize that she kind of deserves at least a thank you. And it sounds like, she has had well more than that. So she'll also have funding left over to do other things, where that is home improvement or where that is you're just saving for retirement, those kinds of things you think about at that age. So another bit of reaction that I had to this is, there is a little bit of concern. So this is a classic story. So one of the things that I talk about in my course, the GoFundMe cash machine, which is an investment, I'll be honest with you, it is an investment. It does streamline the entire process of raising money, of how to actually get people to donate to your campaign, how to actually, have results when it comes to that, and to do this in really fast time frame. To not have to go out there and do bunches of work, but really just copy something that already works, a system that already works. The problem with this is that not everyone is ethical, okay? So for example, a couple of years ago, and I think I covered this story on my blog, there was a video that came out about a little bit of a similar situation that happened back in 2018. So I wanna play this video, and then I wanna provide a little bit of context about this. So here we go. think it was actually more. It was $400,000 that they ended up raising on GoFundMe for this homeless man. And this is a classic story example and something that I talk about in my courses and I talk about in my book, that there are hallmark stories which will raise money, right? And the problem with this is, and I'll mention this in a little bit, and I'm actually kind of feeling like right now I feel a little bit conflicted because, you know, watching that video, I do feel like, wow, that does change that individual's life so much. And the fact that they would give their last hard-earned dollars, right, to someone who needs it when they're in such a dire straits and difficult situation. I think that anyone would feel a sense of empathy about that and want to be like, this guy is awesome, let's pat him on the back, let's pay it forward, right? But the reason why I feel conflicted about this right now is stories came out after this man, and this person who raised $400,000 unfortunately turned out to be a scam artist. Want to take all the stress out of fulfilling your Kickstarter rewards? Fulfillrite is the turnkey solution that puts product delivery on autopilot. The Top Campaigns uses trusted high-tech provider to store, package, and ship their products. Focus on growing your business. Leave shipping to the experts. Don't wait. Get a custom quote from Fulfill Right today. Link in the description.
Mark D'Amico, the boyfriend of Caitlin McClure, took a photograph of McClure and Johnny Bobbitt Jr., a homeless man, standing at the Girard Avenue exit ramp on Interstate 95 in Philadelphia. Within hours of taking this photo, McClure and D'Amico created a charitable campaign on the website GoFundMe.com with the title of Paying It Forward. The campaign featured a sympathetic tale of a homeless veteran, Johnny Bobbitt, who came to McClure's aid one night after she ran out of gas at that location with no money. The story, as it was told, had Bobbitt cautioning McClure to stay inside the car and lock the doors while he went to a gas station. She did not run out of gas on an I-95 off-ramp, and he did not spend his last $20 to help her. Rather, D'Amico, McClure, and Bobbitt conspired to pass off a fake, feel-good story that would compel donors to contribute to their cause. And it worked in a very big way, but it was fictitious and illegal, and there are consequences. My office has charged Mark D'Amico, Caitlin McClure, and Johnny Bobbitt Jr. with second-degree theft by deception and conspiracy to commit theft by deception. And the trio's international media blitz to promote the fraudulent campaign convinced more than 14,000 donors to contribute a total of nearly $403,000 during last year's holiday season to help Johnny Bobbitt. We have been working with GoFundMe, which has provided its full cooperation to our office during our investigation. GoFundMe has informed me that in light of the charges announced today, it will be providing a full refund to all donors to the Paying It Forward campaign. This type of case can damage the psyche.
That's
of the
good
public.
news.
A case like this can make generous people skeptical and a little more hesitant to help someone else in need.
Yeah, it's messed up,
I
man.
urge you not to let that happen. There is a lot of hardship in the world, and it is commendable to show generosity to those in need.
Oh, man, that's just like, whew, that kind of gets me going, man. So that's kind of a follow-up. And the reason why I wanted to share this in this video is twofold. One is I don't mean to, spread the fact that, scams can happen, because obviously they can happen to anyone, and anyone can take advantage of nice people and ethical people. And this person raised far more. They raised $400,000, and this was in 2017, 2018, when the story was beginning to unfold. And to me, it just makes me obviously feel very conflicted, but also I just think it's like, it's so annoying, because there are genuine people out there that do deserve money, that do deserve donations, that do deserve to have their life changed for the positive by strangers, and that are stepping up every day that we don't even acknowledge, right? So it gets me kind of going a little bit hearing that. And I think the reason why it's important to share this with you is that the things that I teach, and I say this and people are like, oh no, Sal, you're totally blowing this out of proportion. I'm telling you, the things that I teach you on this channel when it comes to marketing, when it comes to sales, when it comes to donations, when it comes to fundraising, when it comes to crowdfunding, they can be used because they work. They get you results. The problem with that is that we also have people who are unethical, who are duplicitous, who will use those same tactics that I teach in order to deceive people. And this is exactly what this happened. This is a story archetype, which I talk about in my book, Crowdfunding Personal Expenses, which I talk about in my course, GoFundMe Cash Machine. This is an archetype that you can fit your story or narrative into, and also create media stories around this, which is exactly what these guys did, right? Problem with it is that in one case, the recent case, it was legitimate, and someone was raising money, I think it was the police, was actually raising money on this individual's behalf, right? On this other case, these two people were raising money for the homeless man, and I guess they were all in on it. I haven't done the in-depth research to really report on that accurately, but man, it's extremely sad to see that. Just to read a little bit of this story. So GoFundMe campaign was supposed to be a second life chance for Johnny Bobbitt after the homeless man's kindness to a stranger went viral in November of 2017. Now Bobbitt says he's on the streets again and thinks the more that the $400,000 has been raised was mismanaged. He gained fame after giving his last $20 to a man who ran out of gas in Philadelphia, and that woman and her boyfriend set up a crowdfunding campaign that attracted more than 14,000 donors. Now Bobbitt says he's homeless, hungry, and addicted to drugs again, and his lawyers say the couple have given him only a fraction of the money and that he will probably not benefit from the rest. These types of stories are the stories that go viral. And I want to cover and just kind of touch on one or two tips that I do have for people out there that do have genuine causes, genuine needs, that are trying to raise money successfully using websites like GoFundMe, whether that's for charity or for nonprofit organizations. The first biggest takeaway that you should have is that yes, there are proven methods to get someone to donate money, to get a story to go viral, and to get other people to actually care about you, even if they are strangers. To have strangers give money to donate to your nonprofit campaign, to your charity fundraising campaign. This is documented, this is proven, there is science behind this, and it's extremely powerful and only should be used if you do have a genuine need. The second thing that you should take away is the power of social media, man. This is continuing to happen. We're having stories go viral on TikTok, on Instagram Reels, on news outlets. And the cool thing about living in the age that we live in today is that you can go viral, that people can discover you online. Chances are, if you're watching me right now, you probably have never met me in person. Like every once in a while, I'll bump into a fan at like a cafe. When I was living in New York, I tended to do that more because it's kind of a bigger city. But every once in a while that will happen. I'm in Miami, Florida now. But when it comes to this, like we're all learning from strangers, we're all being helped by strangers. And you can also, enter this new arena, and you can, if you want to, put out social media content. You can put out a crowdfunding campaign, and people around the world can discover that, can help you, can donate. In the case of a product, can buy your product. And it's extremely powerful that exists nowadays. The third thing, and I think this is honestly just kind of a byproduct of these scams happening, is that if you do have a genuine need, I do think that the barrier is getting raised, and you need to make sure that you are showing that this is something that's genuine, that you have proof ideally. And like I say, if you have a beneficiary, it does help you as well to raise money, but also having some kind of proof or credentials in some way behind that campaign, because again, people are going to be suspicious. They're going to be more cautious the more that these types of stories stand out. And I urge you that if you are a part of the crowdfunding community, to also, put your hat on, and if you do see these types of stories, to report them. I actually have a section on my website, kickstarterforum.org, where you can report different scams related to the crowdfunding industry. So I would try to do my part when it comes to that. And this is something that's evolving, and I think going to continue to evolve as the years go by when it comes to the ways in which GoFundMe can also help people who maybe have been a victim of some of these issues. So I hope that you enjoyed this Reacts video. Go and check out my free GoFundMe course down below. I also have the GoFundMe cash machine, which is really the proven blueprint when it comes to launching a campaign on GoFundMe, doing it quickly, not having to work very much, and literally just having like a plug and play system. You can go and check that out. That is, again, an investment. Every once in a while, I will do promos when it comes to discounts, so make sure you get on that free course list as well. In addition, I got a great book out there on Audible, which you can listen to on the go, on the way to work. Whether you're doing dishes, you're cleaning your room, whatever it is, you can listen to my book, Crowdfunding Personal Expenses, on Audible, which I will also link up down below. If nothing else, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's begun to open your mind to the fact that you can do a crowdfunding campaign, that other people are already launching campaigns, and this isn't rocket science, right? You can actually do this. So if I did accomplish that mission, give me a thumbs up on this video, come subscribe to this channel for more content like this, and go and watch some of the other videos I got out there. My name is Salvador Briggman, and I will see you next time.